So it seems like the Sykkuno, aka Sykkuno allegations are genuinely getting worse as some of his larger content creator friends have now started to give their side of it, and for the most part, none of them are really defending him, and they're just kind of painting a terrible picture, making it seem like he's the worst guy alive. Mind you, this guy had a 35-page Google Doc put out by him by some e-girl Patreon content creator girl who was trying to paint this guy out to be like the worst person alive, right? I did a video kind of covering that situation, and basically reading it, I came to the conclusion that this guy is kind of a douche that cheated on his girlfriend of 5 years. But he's not a monster. He's not a predator. He didn't use his fame or his clout to lure women into doing anything inappropriate. He literally had OnlyFans girls, Patreon girls messaging him. He messaged them back, he was talking flirty with them, blah, blah, blah. And then it ended up coming out that he was doing all of this, talking to many girls while he had a relationship. Now we have people like Pokimane, Valkyrie, a whole bunch of other content creators, even other random e-girls coming out now with allegations or other victims, in air quotes, of Sykkuno's horrific actions. Now, surprisingly, Valkyrie is one of the most fair content creators in this whole situation. Mind you, they've been friends for quite some time. If you go on his page on his YouTube, they're in a lot of videos together, and she had a very fair take about this whole situation where she didn't really like throw him under the bus or anything. She's talked about how they've talked about it, he screwed up, but for the most part, like, she hasn't disavowed him, she didn't cancel him, say he's the worst human being alive. And I kind of respect her for that, truly.
Elephant in the room. Obviously, yes, I did talk to Sykkuno, and obviously, yes, he did tell me everything. And obviously, yes, I should not have tweeted that I was disappointed yesterday, because it just gave a lot of ammo to a lot of angry people. And so, but yeah, he knows that I was gonna mention it today, and he told me everything, and yeah, I am disappointed, as I have been with a lot of my friends in the past, and I'm sure I've also been disappointing to a lot of my friends as well. So,
Now, Lily Pichu, who is another friend of Sykkuno, put out this statement onto her Instagram. I feel like I don't really know who people truly are, and it's a lot to unpack. I try to believe in people, but I've ended up disappointed so many times. I'm becoming more closed off. I'm taking a few days off. See you guys later. Stay safe. Stay comfy. I guess she's friends with Sykkuno's girlfriend, so I guess it means a little more to her. But if this was literally anybody else, I feel like she probably wouldn't care. Last but not least, we get Pokimane's statement regarding it. It's not really a statement. It's just a TikTok that's kind of like referencing something. She doesn't mention anybody's name or anything. And it says how it sounds to feel disappointed but no longer surprised. And it's just her kind of like doing her makeup with hair curlers in. Obviously, she's also a friend of Sykkuno and all these other people, so I think that's a pretty clear reference to him. I could be wrong, though. So now we start to get into some of the new allegations, allegedly. This is from someone named Sykkuno the Angel, which I guess is like an artist and whatnot. NSFW content as well. With nudity warnings, so that kind of, again, we already know that Sykkuno has a type, right? I'm not going to judge the man for getting his rocks off. I will judge him for cheating on his girlfriend, saying Sykkuno disrespected my physical boundaries and clearly has a disregard for consent in general. He's one of the most powerful men in streaming, and he used that power to take advantage of women who thought they could trust him. I was still a teenager when he targeted me. So first off, this is an absolutely like absurd thing to post without any context whatsoever, any screenshots, any proof that you even like had contact with this person. First off, we have what looks like freaking SA allegations. Disrespected my physical boundaries, has a disregard for consent. Like, you realize how dangerous these are to just kind of throw out there, right? Like the dude already has allegations out there, which again, I've come to the conclusion he's a cheater. He is kind of a scumbag and whatnot who likes to mess around with a lot of girls. But come on now, like we're just gonna throw out now what looks like SA or grape allegations, disrespecting my boundaries, disregarding consent. Most powerful men in streaming use that power to take advantage of women. Like, bro, none of that happened in any of the allegations we've covered. That the whole Google Doc was literally just a bunch of like Patreon or OnlyFans girls messaging him, consensually talking and trading images and whatnot, and they were just kind of having a back and forth. He never once used his platform and like held it over them like, hey, you want to be the next big streamer? Here you go. Ooh, you gotta be quicker than that. Ooh, ooh. Like none of that happened. It was literally a dude who just happened to also be a large creator. Just because someone has a potential power dynamic, obviously, like if Pokimane hit me up, there's obviously a power dynamic. But if we're mutually talking, having a good time, you know, she's not saying, oh, I'm going to promote you. I'm going to put you in my videos and my streams and whatnot. If you send me some meat pics, none of that was happening. And also, not to mention the framing of I was still a teenager when he targeted me. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean you were 18, 19? Like, why are we using that language? Obviously, you were not under the age of 18 because that would have been included. You would have probably said I was underage. So she was either 18 or 19. It just comes across as disingenuous, trying to paint a narrative. Next, we have another nothing burger, this time with a side of fries from Jew X Hano. Who, another VTuber. Again, bro has a type. Pink Goober who draws cute girls. Scared as F to share this, but I met Sykkuno back in early 2019 and 2020. The first few interactions, he called me around 3 a.m. saying he was bored and ended the convo saying, you said you were single, right? Question mark. I was like, yes. He was like, oh, okay. So bro was doing, you know, sleepy calls like, hey, you're single, right, baby? And, you know, she freaking took it somewhere else, I guess. He called me randomly at night asking what I was up to, and he was bored. I talked to him too because I stayed up late. It was like, ooh, I'll keep him company since he's bored. So yeah, so again, consenting, giving consent. We became friends. We became friends. We became friends. And I rated him about a year after being friends. His chat asked, who is she? And he was like, huh? Oh, I don't know. They said their name was Jew or something. No idea. This made me really sad and confused. Like, I thought we were friends. After that, I felt really sour towards him. Now, I can honestly be like, okay, that's kind of scummy, right? Like, if you're friends behind closed doors, it's kind of weird if someone's not going to, like, act like you know them in public. That is scummy. That's like mean girl behavior, a high school drama behavior. I asked him about it a few years later because I was confused, and he was like, oh, I don't remember. It was probably when we first met, but it wasn't. It was after we played games with friends and talked for a year. Like, so how long was this relationship, bro? Like, why did it take you a few years to ask someone? Wouldn't you have like asked them that the same day that happened? Like, bro, why did you ghost me? Or why did you like pretend you didn't know me? Why would you wait years to do that? It's kind of weird. We were going to meet after the BTS concert in LA, but he wouldn't answer his message and I got a weird gut feeling. So I just said, never mind, maybe next time. I want to clarify, I've never had romantic feelings for him, only been friends, and I wanted to keep it that way. Honestly, my interactions with him were not great, and I wasn't sure if it was just me who went through this. I kept brushing it off, saying, oh, it's because he's socially awkward and stuff, but my gut instinct was saying not to get close to him and keep him at arm's distance. Because he's such a big streamer, I didn't think anyone would say anything, even if they went through the same thing. I kept it to myself and only told a few close friends for the past years. I'd say I'm shocked, but I'm not. I'm so sorry to all the victims who went through this. No one deserves to go through it. What the hell was this? She didn't say anything. Like, nothing happened in that tweet. She just said, like, we talked on Discord once, and then I raided into his stream, and he pretended he didn't know me. Like, yeah, that's kind of screwed up, but, like, what the hell is this? This is one of those situations where the whole point of this is going to be completely muddied because people are so dramatic. This is all it is. It's drama. And I'm a drama farmer, so I'm going to cover it. This is a situation where Sykkuno can't keep his pecker in his pants, messaging every e-girl that comes his way, even though he's in a relationship, and now he's got himself caught up. And now you have bozos like this who are coming out completely made up allegations that are just like blown out of proportion, right? It'll just be something silly like, I talked to him on the phone one time and he tried to put his wiener in my ear through the phone. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, this guy can be a cheater, he can be a scumbag, he can be a douche, he can be all these things without people muddying the water trying to just make up things that may or may not have happened. It just comes across as stupid. And that's about all we have for the Sykkuno allegate, or Sykkuno. It's like becoming a part of my vocabulary now. The Sykkuno update is that a whole bunch of random people are now starting to come up with allegations and like terrible things that happen, and they end up being nothing burgers. I want to know what you guys think down below. I appreciate you watching, and peace out.